Good afternoon, this is Paul from Australia. I'd like to share with you my first trip ever out of Australia. I'm a single 60-year-old man and I've watched lots of vlogs on the Philippines, and I was interested in going and trying to meet a lady and just touring around and looking at the sites and the resorts and what it was like. I've never left Australia. So my first plan was I joined a dating site, a Filipino dating site, and I was overwhelmed with ladies in the age group between 18 years old to 60. The age group I was sort of looking at between was 35 to 45, so I wanted a mature lady, not a young lady, someone that had some life skills, and that's what I was looking for, someone I was attracted to and had some sort of chemistry or with. So I picked out a lady and we got chatting in late January. We ended up going to video chatting, and after 8 or 9 weeks she said, "Why don't you come to the Philippines and I'll show you around, I'll be your guide." So I thought about it and I thought, I'll go and do this. So I got myself a passport. I arranged my holidays at work, 4 weeks. I booked some flights, which were really cheap. Return from Tasmania, Australia to Cebu and back was only about $1,500. I arranged only 1 week's accommodation, which was close to Cebu, the airport, Mactan Lapu-Lapu, which was Tambuli Resorts, and the 7 days there for the resort, fully contained condo with everything in it, was around about $600 Australian, which over here would cost you thousands. So that was no dramas there. I found out, I went to the travel agent, since not knowing anything about travelling. They said I had to have e-travel, which I didn't even know what e-travel was. I had my passport. It's you register online stating your flights in and your flights out, where you're staying, just your basic information, and you fill that in, and on your phone you can just log it up when you come in and they'll scan your barcode. So I had some help with that, so you've got to have that, your passport and that. You don't have to have a visa if you're staying under 30 days. If you stay longer, you've got to get an extension on a visa, apparently, but I don't know a great deal about that. But some countries, I think Australia, America and England and a few places like that, we can go in 29 days just with a passport without a visa. So in saying that, I left Tasmania and I flew to Melbourne, which is only about an hour. And then from Melbourne to Hong Kong was 9 hours. So that was a long trip for me because I've never ever done big flights or anything like that. Haven't been outside of Australia. Very daunting when I got to Hong Kong to see how big the airport was. No one speaks English. So when I arrived there, I had a couple of hour layover, and then I jumped on a plane and I went to Cebu, which was about 2 hours and 50 minutes. So I arrived there on the next morning. Must have been about 11:30 during the morning, just before lunch. Arriving at the airport, I had my e-travel, which they asked for, and they scanned it off my phone, had my passport, and I was free to go. So I didn't even know the way out of the airport, but I eventually found my way out, hoping that she was going to be there, and she was. So that was a lot of doubts going through my mind. So if you're ever doing online dating you haven't met, that's probably some questions you will ask yourself, but I was lucky she was there. She greeted me, "Welcome to the Philippines," gave me a big cuddle, and she knew about the taxis. I told her about Tambuli, so we got a cab and we went to Tambuli Resorts, which was absolutely fantastic. I was overwrapped with the self-contained condo, washing machine, fully furnished, fridge, you name it, it had it. Also there was a free swimming pool, or two swimming pools, and then they had the actual resort at Tambuli. If you're a resident or you're staying at Tambuli, they still charge you to go in for the day. It's 800 pesos per person, which is about $20. If you're not a resident there, I think it's around about 1,500 pesos, which is nearly double the amount. So anyone can go there, but they've got to pay to get in. Right, inside the resort, 5 swimming pools, you've got slides, you've got bars, you've got restaurants, you've got access through the resort to the beach. So it was absolutely fabulous there, absolutely unbelievable. I was overwhelmed with it. The accommodation was A1, the complex was A1, so I can recommend that to anyone. Some of the first things I noticed in the Philippines, yes, it was warm, but I was okay with it. It was fine. The traffic, the motorbikes, the trikes, it was horrendous. I've never seen so many motorbikes and trikes in my whole life. Traffic rules, there is any, not none. At intersections and that, it's chicken. They just... I don't know how they operate it like it, but they do. They've been doing it. They beep their horn all the time, beeping their horns to let you know that they're behind them or in front of them or what they're doing. Security. Security guards. Every shop, every place, security guards. Have never seen so much security in my whole life, but I think some of the Philippines are not that well off. It stops the stealing. I think that's the reason why, to be honest with you. Now, the Filipino people, what can I say? The most humblest, nicest people I've ever met. Obliging, anything I asked, they went out of their way to help me. Not like here in Australia, completely different, yes. The prices of food and travel, the prices of the trikes and the taxis was that cheap. It was unbelievable. A taxi here for 3 or 4 kilometres would probably cost you, $20 or $30. Well, there with a taxi, it'd probably be 200 pesos, which could be $6 or $7. The trikes on the bikes, for a couple of dollars, you can sort of go anywhere, to be honest with you. The markets, big markets, huge markets, vegetables, clothes, you name it, had everything there at the markets. They were really good value to go to. In the city centre, Isla Mall and that is really up class. It'd be better than some of the places in Australia. Big shopping complexes, excavators, tile floors, air conditioning, well-known shops that are in Australia that are everywhere, Just Jeans, you name it, there's everything there. Everything that you can get in Australia, you can get in the Philippines. The supermarkets, the same as Australia, aisles. The only benefit of the supermarkets, seniors are number one. You've even got a seniors aisle. So if you're a senior, you're highly respected in the Philippines. Not like here in Australia, they just walk over top of you. The Filipino people are more caring, obliging. They're just lovely people, I found. I also did some travelling around without having a Filipino or someone here in the Philippines that knows it. I'd have no hope of getting around or where to go. Meeting Mary Rose, I asked to go somewhere or where it was. She knew where everything was. So if you ever come into the Philippines, my advice to you, it doesn't have to be a woman or someone that lives here or knows the area that can show you around. It's a bonus. I also went on the ocean jet to Bohol, which was 2 hours. I stayed at a resort there called the Bellevue, and that was a 5-star resort. There, swimming pools, beaches, great place to stay. Same thing again, the price was a third of the price of Australia. The ocean jet to go over per person was about 800 pesos, so we're talking round about $20 Australian over and $20 back. So yeah, that was cheap. It was a 2-hour ride on the ocean jet. It's a modern ferry. They're very modern. They're not old, what you think, and that. So worthwhile looking at. You can go to different. The reason I went to Cebu is you can go to different islands and different places, and that's why I picked it there. But also Mary Rose was there, and I wanted to meet her to see what she was like. I must tell you that I've heard all the rumours that they're gold diggers and that. She never asked me for a cent, not 1 cent. I did shout her some meals and I paid for the tickets for us to go to Bohol, but that was my doing. But she never asked me for any money. She does work, but their wages over here are very small. So she took time off to meet me and to show me around. Another thing I can probably give you some advice. That's something I did learn. And when I was at the Bellevue at the hotel, they have tours, day tours. A lot of the hotels do. They're very reasonably priced or very cheap. You can pick a tour. They will pick you up. They picked us up at 8 o'clock in the morning and went to 4 o'clock. I went to Chocolate Hills, Tamagola or something. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce the capital of Bohol, but round there. Tour on the river on a boat, and the meal was paid for both of us. You had to pay for your drinks the whole day, and the people were lovely. They let you do your thing, dropped you off, and then took you around to some of the sightseeing places that if you don't know the place, that was a bonus, and it was only $40 each for the whole day. That's including lunch. So to me, that was really, really cheap. So I would do that again. Meeting Mary Rose, what a lovely, caring person. I've noticed the Filipino women are more caring and than Australian women to me. They like you to take control, be in charge. They'll ask you, if you ask them about something, they'll tell you, but if they will say, you are the boss, I'll do whatever you want me to do. So that was, I couldn't believe that, you know. They love cooking. They like keeping the house clean. That's what I noticed when she stayed with me. She treated you like a king. I don't know, I think most of them are like that. So that was a culture shock to me that way. It was one of the best trips I've ever had. So in saying that, I will be going back again. I've been chatting with her for the last 8 months. The trip went for 3 weeks, and I'll be going back in February the 14th for another 3 weeks. So I hope this is helpful to you. Thank you very much.